Hello, my darlings. It's me, BellaLu Ghostly, your favorite spooky spinster, back with another list. This week, I want to discuss movies featuring spirits and ghosts of scorned lovers. First up on the list, What Lies Beneath. Starring our favorite Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer, and none other than Han Solo himself, Harrison Ford. Released in 2001 with screenplay by one Mr. Clark Gregg and directed by Robert Zemeckis. This movie follows an adulterous husband who really gets what's coming to him in the end because it's all about what lies beneath. Michelle Pfeiffer plays a housewife who's isolated in her home and begins to notice paranormal activity. Little does she know, it's the ghost of Harrison Ford's side chick. I guess she got a little too attached and, well, Harrison had to detach. However, the ghost of the side chick was not yet finished, and she ended up possessing Michelle Pfeiffer. The scene with the legendary red dress is absolutely divine. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. This movie is a slow burner dramatic haunt with a lovely payout in the end. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it, as both Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford deliver delicious performances in a very subdued story. One thing's for sure, that scorned lover was definitely not resting in peace. Next on the list, we'll be discussing One Crimson Peak, directed by the legendary Guillermo del Toro. This film stars Maya Wasikowska from Alice in Wonderland, Jessica Chastain from The Eyes of Tammy Faye, as well as Mama. And who can forget the delicious Tom Hiddleston, who you may know as Loki from the MCU. Maya plays a well-to-do young woman that has been gifted with psychic abilities since she was a small child. Lo and behold, the shyster Chastain and our favorite little scamp Tom Hiddleston are looking to take her for her money. Tom lays on the romance quite heavy, and she's nothing but smitten for him. I mean, who wouldn't be? Jessica Chastain plays the evil sister role to exquisite perfection. Luckily for Mia's character Edith, her psychic abilities come in handy as ghosts of the house are seeking to warn her of something. And spoiler alert ahead, so switch off now if you don't want to hear it. Tom and Jessica seek to end young Edith's life and to take her money. As it turns out, they have done time and time before, as the ghosts of the house are actually his ex-wives. Talk about having skeletons in the closet. Imagine having the ghosts of your sugar mamas just haunting about left and right, trying to ruin your game. Clearly those ghosts read a different handbook than me. The movie delivers marvelous set pieces, as well as otherworldly period costumes from one costume designer, Kate Hawley. Guillermo del Toro shines in this film. It's truly his style of directing at its greatest. It's colorful, it's macabre, and it's all about sugar mamas getting their revenge on their gigolo. Gold diggers around the world heed this tale. Today we conclude our list of supernatural movies about scorned lovers with one of my personal favorite supernatural movies of all time. I'm talking about The Others, starring none other than Nicole Kidman. Adapted from the novel Turn of the Screw. Written and directed by one Alejandro Amenabar. Taking place during World War II, this movie sees Nicole Kidman having been abandoned by her husband so he can go off and fight in a war. You find out that she was quite against him leaving her, but really she gave him enough reasons to want to leave. The witch was crazy. But I'm not one to gossip, so you did not hear that from me. Anyway, supernatural happenings begin, first noticed by the children and then her herself, and her children are afflicted with a form of photosensitivity that makes it so they have an allergy to sunlight, even more ghostly in appearance. The ghostly activities continue, and suddenly a group of humans mysteriously show up at the house, saying they've answered an ad in the paper for help and that they've worked in the house before. Soon Nicole Kidman discovers that the ad she placed actually never left her mailbox, as the fog that surrounds her house is somehow isolating her from the world. Finally, her new servants are revealed to be ghosts, and in fact, she's a ghost, as well as her light-disabled children. As it turns out, the ghostly hauntings in her house have actually been the new owners of it who are living in real time and space, where she, her children, and the servants are all stuck in a ghostly limbo. The paranormal activities they experience are just the current humans moving and going about that day, and they're terrified by the poltergeist activity that's coming from Nicole and her family. This movie is positively divine. Nicole Kidman delivers a career best in performance. I highly recommend this slow-burning dramatic movie. It was even parodied in one of the Scary Movie sequels. I hope you've enjoyed this list of supernatural movies about scorned lovers. I'm BellaLu Ghostly, your spooky spinster. Tune in next week for another horror list. And in the meantime, have a nice day.